questioning skill is a fundamental requirement for salespeople, and let's explore why that is the case in today's show. Welcome back to Year 6 of the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show, which we release every Monday. I'm your host, Dr. Greg Story, Dale Carnegie Tokyo franchise owner, master trainer, president of Dale Carnegie Tokyo Training, and 3-time best-selling author of Japan Sales Mastery, Japan Business Mastery, and Japan Presentations Mastery. Zaegyo is the translation of Japan Sales Mastery. My latest book is Stop Wasting Money on Training, and the Japanese title is Training de Okane o Muni suru no wa yamimashou. We are bringing the show to you from our High Performance Center in Akasaka, in Minato-ku, the business center of Tokyo. Why the cutting edge? We are here to win in business in Japan. Let's all be at the forefront, at the cutting edge of how to flourish here in this market. This is episode number 290, Questioning Skills Genius. So let's get going. The idea of asking questions of buyers during sales calls is actually ancient. For at least 80 years, we have known this is the most effective way of getting agreements to our offers. If this key insight has been around for so long, how come there are so few salespeople who have discovered it thus far? Salespeople in Japan turn up to see clients and launch forth straight into their pitch. They do this without having even asked one question about what the buyer wants, needs, or has some interest in. You can't easily hit a target you are not aiming for is obvious. If the target is a sale, there must be a need the client has in order to convince them to hand over their money. If you're not constructing your conversation with the buyer around their need, then you are not aiming for the target and you won't trigger any buyer action. Conceptually, the idea of asking buyers questions is not complex. Japan throws up the curveball, though, that asking questions of buyers is considered rude here. So salespeople decline the chance and go straight into their pitch instead. This is a religious difficulty here. The buyer is God in Japan, and God brooks no questions from mere mortals. Well, God they may be, but the buyer will answer questions, and willingly, if we ask them the right way. We simply use a 4-step approach. Number 1, tell them what we do in general terms. 2, note a specific case where we provided value to a buyer with concrete numbers attached. 3, suggest that perhaps we could do the same for them. 4, mention that in order for us to know if that's possible or not, would they mind if we asked them a few questions? Yes, there may be some rare holdouts among Japanese buyer gods who demand our pitch be given, but for the vast majority of cases, the permission to ask questions will be granted. Okay, so now that we have been granted permission to ask questions, where do we start? In fact, we start way before the actual meeting, when we are planning the call. Planning the call? Again, for some strange and mysterious reason, there are many salespeople who don't plan their calls. I guess if you are just presenting your canned pitch, then not much planning ahead is required. If you're going to be successful in sales, then planning your call is a must. You need to do some hard thinking about the client, their business, their market, and their competitors before you turn up at their door. Research the industry. If you are not that familiar with its details, first find out who are the major competitors and what do they offer. Look at the online annual report of this company. If it is a listed company, if it is unlisted, then do a search on them to see what information is available from the public domain. None of this should take massive amounts of time. We're just trying to get an idea of what things we need to ask the buyer during our meeting. Today, ChatGPT will make a lot of this grunt work much easier to perform and will save a lot of time. Also, in the published annual report, there will usually be glossy photos of the president in the corner office. There's usually an accompanying article on the leadership strategy and vision for the enterprise. This is useful because we can ask about how the global strategy is working out here in Japan, or what changes they had to make to the global strategy to fit the Japan reality. Find out more when we come back from the break. If you want to sell more and do it more easily, do the Winning with Relationships selling course. If you can't build trust, no sale. Can't design excellent questions to understand the client's needs? No sale. Can't present the solution convincingly? No sale. Can't handle objections properly? No sale. Can't close? No sale. Master the sales process by doing the Winning with Relationships selling course now in either Japanese or English. The bestseller, Japan Sales Mastery, is the new Bible of selling in Japan. To sell to Japanese buyers, you need to create long-term partner-level trust, fully understand Japanese buyers' real needs, convince buyers with your solutions, overcome their hesitation, fear, and doubt, know how to ask for the order, ensure repeat orders. This book is the product of 30 plus years in the trenches selling in Japan. Order Japan Sales Mastery now. Welcome back. In the case of an unlisted company, we may have trouble finding out any concrete information, but we can ask about their competitors. Again, ChatGPT may be of help to gather information. They may be listed firms or maybe not. It doesn't matter. As one of our questions, we can ask how these rival companies are affecting the buyer's business. This is a nice oblique question to help us gain intelligence on what is going on with this company at this moment. What we are trying to do is get the buyer to tell us key details about the current state of play in their company. This is the as-is question to gauge their current reality. We need to know this because we want to find out where they would like to be going forward, or what we call the should-be question. Unless there is a nice big gap between where they are now and where they want to be, and a sense of urgency about bridging that gap, we may have no hope of making a sale. Small gaps and plenty of time to fix them are bad news for us. They may feel they have enough internal resources or time or manpower to get where they want to be without our help. The way we find that out is by asking the barrier question. We ask, what is stopping them from achieving their vision in the time frame they need? Finally, we ask the payoff question about what success would mean to them individually, so that we can personalize our solution presentation later in the conversation. The key in the questioning process is to keep going and dig deep. When we teach sales training to our class participants, I notice that many skim over the questions part. They ask a question, they get an answer, and then they simply move on to the next question. They have often just passed up a golden opportunity to go much deeper based on the answer they have been given. Asking a further why question when we are told things by the buyer is a great way to better understand what they are thinking. By this I mean asking more than just one why here. We need to keep going with asking why, to get more forensic clarity around the situation. We have to do this in a way which is very soft and well constructed. This is why our planning is so key. asking a series of why questions can feel intrusive and rude very quickly unless we ask them in a polite, gentle, curious way. Asking deep why questions also has the added benefit in many instances of crystallizing the buyer's thinking on a topic. We invite them to go further in their own analysis of the situation, or to review the strategy, or to reflect on a past decision. Gaps, inconsistencies, possible future problems are often hidden from their daily view. This is because everyone is super busy putting out fires and beating off crocodiles with their oars, so that they can't easily grapple with these problems. By asking why so many times, we challenge the buyer to think again about what they are doing, why they are doing it, and to go deeper in their approach to the problem. This enables us to provide more comprehensive solutions to the buyer's problems, surface greater needs, and expose the opportunity costs of taking no action. That sounds to me like a pretty good menu with which to make a sale, compared to the shotgun spray of just going into a canned pitch and blathering on at length about your widget spec. I hope you enjoyed today's show, and so please subscribe on YouTube. Share it with your family, friends, and colleagues. Become a regular. Hit the little bell icon to receive update notifications. Our website details are on screen now, www.dale-carnegie.cojp. It's packed with value, so certainly check it out. We try to offer as much value as possible, so you might also enjoy our other shows. In fact, we are releasing content 6 days a week. For podcasts, Mondays for the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show, Tuesday for the Presentations Japan series, and every second Tuesday for the Business Tatsujin no Oshie Show, Wednesdays for the Sales Japan series, Thursdays for the Leadership Japan series, and every second Thursday for the Business Pro Podcast Show, Fridays for the Japan Business Mastery Show, and Saturdays for Japan's top business interviews. Now, you get these wherever you get your podcast. Also, every Monday we release the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show. Every second Thursday we release the Business Pro Television Show, and every Friday the Japan Business Mastery Show. Saturdays, every Saturday, we're releasing Japan's top business interviews. These are all on YouTube. We appreciate your support, and please let others know about it so they can benefit too. We want to make a contribution to helping people build their careers and businesses, and so please join with us in that endeavor. In episode number 291, we're talking about leading to discover what is actually going on. So, yoroshiku onegai itashimasu. Please join me for the next episode of the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show. We are here to help you, and we've got only one direction in mind for you and your business, and that is up.